Good morning, Lord. Here I am again, sitting with this weight on my chest that feels so familiar now. You know what I'm talking about. It's that tightness that starts the moment I wake up before my feet even hit the floor. The bills sitting on my kitchen counter, the bank balance that makes my stomach drop, the constant math I'm doing in my head about whether I can afford groceries this week. God, I'm tired of living like this. Tired of checking my account 3 times before buying a cup of coffee. Tired of avoiding certain aisles at the store because I know I can't afford what's there. Tired of that panic that shoots through me when an unexpected expense shows up. You know, yesterday when my car made that weird noise, my first thought wasn't about safety or getting it fixed. It was pure terror about how much it might cost. I feel like I'm drowning, Lord. Not just in debt or bills, but in this constant state of worry that's eating away at everything good in my life. I can't enjoy a meal out with friends because I'm calculating the cost per bite. I can't sleep because I'm running numbers in my head, trying to figure out how to make it all work. Even when good things happen, there's this voice in the back of my mind whispering about money. Help me remember what you said through Matthew. That we shouldn't worry about tomorrow, because each day has enough trouble of its own. But God, if I'm being completely honest, that feels impossible right now. How do I not worry when the rent is due and I'm short? How do I not stress when my kid needs new shoes and I've already borrowed from next month's grocery budget? Show me where I'm getting this wrong. Maybe I've been so focused on the lack that I'm missing the provision you're already giving. Maybe I'm so busy panicking about what might happen that I'm not seeing what you're doing right now. Open my eyes to the ways you've been taking care of me that I've been too anxious to notice. Lord, I confess that sometimes I feel angry about this. Angry that it feels like everyone else has it figured out while I'm over here playing financial Jenga with my bills. Angry that I work hard but it never seems like enough. Angry that money has this much power over my peace. I know that's not right, but that's where I am today, and I'm bringing it to you because I don't know what else to do with it. Teach me to separate my worth from my wallet. I know in my head that my value doesn't come from my bank account, but my heart doesn't always believe it. When I can't afford something my friends can, when I have to say no to invitations because of money, when I see other people living without this constant stress, it feels like I'm less than. Like I've failed somehow. Guide me toward practical wisdom too, God. I need more than just peace. I need actual solutions. Show me where I might be spending money I don't have. Give me courage to make hard choices about my lifestyle. Help me find ways to increase my income that align with my values and abilities. Connect me with people who can offer real advice, not just platitudes about thinking positive, but also protect me from the voices that make this worse. You know the ones I mean. The social media posts about people my age buying houses when I can barely afford rent. The family members who don't understand why I can't just figure it out. The advertisements that promise easy money if I just buy this course or try that investment. Give me wisdom to know what to listen to and what to tune out. I'm asking you to change my relationship with money entirely. Not just to give me more, though honestly, that would help. But to transform how I think about it, how I handle it, how much power I give it over my emotions. I want to be someone who can be generous when the opportunity arises, not someone who's always calculating and hoarding out of fear. Lord, you know I've made mistakes with money, probably more than I want to admit. Impulse purchases when I was feeling low, saying yes to expenses I couldn't afford because I was embarrassed to say no. Not tracking my spending because looking at the numbers felt too scary. Using credit cards like they were magic instead of debt. I own those choices and I'm asking for forgiveness and for strength to do better. Help me forgive myself too. I've been carrying so much shame about where I am financially. Shame about living paycheck to paycheck. Shame about having to budget for everything. Shame about not having savings or investments, or any of the things I thought I'd have by now. That shame isn't helping me make better decisions. It's just making everything heavier. Show me how to hope again when it comes to money. Right now it feels like I'm stuck in this cycle forever. Like I'll always be stressed about finances. Like there's no way out. but you're the God of breakthrough, the God of provision, the God who makes ways where there are no ways. Help me believe that's true for my situation too. I think about how you fed thousands of people with a few loaves and fish, how you provided for the Israelites in the wilderness for 40 years, how you told them to collect just enough manna for each day and trust you for tomorrow's provision. I need that kind of daily trust, Lord, the kind that doesn't hoard or panic, but believes you'll show up again tomorrow. Give me creativity to see opportunities I've been missing. Maybe there are skills I have that could generate income in ways I haven't considered. Maybe there are expenses I could cut that wouldn't really impact my quality of life. Maybe there are people in my network who could open doors if I had the courage to ask. Clear the fog of anxiety from my mind so I can think clearly about solutions. And God, help me remember that there are people who have much less than I do and still find reasons to be grateful. I don't want to minimize my struggles, but I also don't want to lose perspective. I have food today. I have shelter. I have clothes to wear. When I'm spiraling about money, bring me back to what I actually have instead of obsessing over what I lack. Transform my scarcity mindset into something healthier. I've been operating from this belief that there's never enough, that I have to grab and hold tight to whatever I can get. But your economy doesn't work that way. You're not limited by earthly resources. You own the cattle on 1,000 hills, as the psalm says. You're not worried about running out of ways to provide for me. Show me how to be wise with money without being controlled by it. I want to budget and plan and save, but from a place of stewardship rather than fear. I want to make good financial decisions because I'm thinking clearly, not because I'm panicking. I want to be responsible without being obsessive. Lord, I'm also asking you to heal the relationships that money stress has damaged. I've been short with my family when I'm worried about bills. I've avoided friends because I can't afford to do what they're doing. I've been jealous of people who seem to have it easier financially. I've let money anxiety make me smaller, more isolated, less generous in spirit. Help me communicate better about money too. Give me words to explain my situation to the people who need to understand without sounding like I'm making excuses or asking for pity. Help me be honest about my limitations while still being open to the relationships and opportunities you want to bring my way. I need breakthrough, God, but I also need patience for the process. I know that changing my financial situation probably won't happen overnight. Help me celebrate small wins along the way. When I successfully stick to my budget for a week, when I find a way to save $5, when I choose not to make an impulse purchase, when I pay a bill without stress because I planned ahead. Teach me contentment that isn't just resignation. I don't want to give up on improving my situation, but I also want to find peace with where I am right now. Paul wrote about learning to be content in every situation, whether having plenty or being in need. I need that supernatural contentment that comes from you, not from circumstances. Give me courage to ask for help when I need it. Pride has kept me struggling alone when there might be people in my life who could offer support, advice, or opportunities. Help me distinguish between healthy independence and destructive isolation. Show me who to trust with my struggles and who might be part of your provision for me. And Lord, prepare me to be generous again. Right now, I feel like I have nothing to give, but I know that's not entirely true. I might not be able to give money, but I have time, skills, encouragement, and presence to offer. Don't let my financial anxiety make me so inward-focused that I miss chances to bless others with what I do have. I'm choosing to trust you today, even though the numbers in my bank account haven't changed since yesterday, even though the bills are still sitting on my counter, even though I still don't know how I'm going to make it all work this month. I'm choosing to believe that you see me, that you care about my daily needs, and that you have good plans for my financial future. Help that choice to trust change how I move through today. Instead of checking my bank balance compulsively, let me check in with you. Instead of running worst-case scenarios in my mind, let me remember your faithfulness. Instead of avoiding anything that costs money, let me make thoughtful decisions from a place of peace rather than panic. God, I want my story with money to be a testimony of your provision and faithfulness. I want to look back on this season of struggle and see how you were working, even when I couldn't see it. I want to be someone who can encourage others going through financial stress because I've experienced your breakthrough in my own life. Thank you for hearing this messy, honest prayer. Thank you for caring about practical things like rent and groceries and car repairs. Thank you for being the kind of God I can bring my anxiety to without judgment. Thank you for loving me the same whether my account is full or empty. I'm putting this day in your hands, Lord. The money decisions I'll need to make, the anxiety that will try to creep in, the opportunities that might come up, the conversations I might need to have. I trust you with all of it. Give me your peace that passes understanding, wisdom for every choice, and hope for tomorrow. In Jesus' name, amen. If this prayer resonated with you, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Sharing your financial anxieties with God can be the first step toward real breakthrough and peace.